aliens. Now, 2020 was a crazy year. Politically, it was crazy. COVIDly, but one thing that was COVIDly. Yeah, go ahead.
COVID like.
So one thing that was kind of like swept under the rug a little bit was, and now I wouldn't say swept under the rug. I would just say wasn't as like in the headlines as much as everything else that was going on. It was a crazy year. Was aliens. So there's been a lot of alien hype, I'll say. Like
And talk.
they have hype beast.
Area 51, Storm Area 51 and all that happened in 2019 was big.
Yeah.
That was huge if you
Yeah,
really think
I
about
mean,
it.
like,
the whole world knew about that.
It was on the slow rise for people to talk about aliens. And then 2020, they come out with what
That shows you how powerful the social media network was, though, for stuff like that. It just took like a couple hundred people just to like, hey, I'm going to this event. Hey, look at what I'm going to like millions.
It's wild. But so in 2019, you can go ahead and read this article now. This is about they admitted to the UFOs sightings, at least on what is it, unidentified flying object.
Yeah, well,
so they admitted
there was footage that came out, and I'll show the footage in a second. There was footage that came out, and they confirmed that this footage is real, but they didn't say it was aliens. They just said it's an unidentified object, 100%.
What I was gonna say is about aliens. What you're saying is about UFOs. Yes.
Yes.
The first subtopic is about UFOs. I only brought that up first because we're on the article already.
Yeah. And I could have this thing read this real quick.
As part of the newly passed COVID-19 relief legislation, lawmakers are demanding answers from U.S. intelligence agencies and the Defense Department on the potential existence of UFOs and other unidentified aerial phenomena. The $2.3 trillion omnibus appropriations legislation passed last month includes the Intelligence Authorization Act for fiscal 2021, which provides more resources toward investigation gathering and strengthening open-source intelligence collection among the agencies, according to a release from Florida Republican Senator Marco Rubio, who introduced the bill in June. The Senate passed the legislation in July.
So basically, this legislation that was passed is
for COVID relief. It was a COVID relief legislation package. They packaged it up with that.
Yeah, to say that. Well, right here it says it. I'll have it read it in a second. But I love that the guy is from Florida.
Now, Florida man.
Florida man.
Toxic.
Florida man agrees to aliens.
And then wins Super Bowl. It's just Tom Brady the whole time.
And then, Florida. Did you see that guy that got arrested and he had a Florida tattoo right in the middle of his forehead?
No.
Oh, my God. I got to show you.
Sidebar.
If I don't want to accidentally pull something stupid up, so let me put you on the screen.
Oh, boy.
Florida man tattoo on forehead. Let's see if because I don't want it to be like something crazy. Yes. This guy was arrested not that long ago. Oh my God.
Oh, it's the state. I thought you meant words. Oh,
no.
Wow.
How Florida man can you get to this?
Wow. Wow. That's not even, it doesn't seem like it's placed in a good area either. It just seems like it was
I would have put it at the edge of my eyebrow. Like it followed my eyebrow, right?
Edge of your eyebrow. Yeah. No, I would have put it under my eye.
You know like a teardrop.
Yeah,
of
like
Florida.
a teardrop of Florida. That's baller.
Like you were on some
or a mustache of
bath
Florida.
salts and
That's pretty bad, dude.
Yeah.
Florida man goes crazy. I thought we were gonna see Tom Brady again, but
yeah. So
basically here,
Marco Rubio passed this brought it up and then it got passed.
Yeah. And what was it entailing, the package that they added to the COVID relief package, or the thing they added?
Some of that information includes what the Pentagon, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and its counterparts know about unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as anomalous aerial vehicles. Lawmakers expect to see a report on the collected UFO data 180 days from the bill's passage, according to the legislation.
Yeah, so they have 180 days to release this. I believe it was passed in January. Was that when it was passed? So even if it is 6 months.
Yeah.
Are we expecting to know about something in June, July? Or I have a
big theory here on this. And this is a
What's your theory?
Everything that I'm about to say from this point forward, speculation. All right. So just off just like studying the culture for the past like probably 10 years since I got saved. I seen a constant wave of like alien movies and alien stuff, and like it feels like every time we're heading into a new direction.
I gotta rewatch the Alien movies.
Yeah, I feel like every time there was
And
a lot.
Pred-
There was
and
a,
Predator
from like
movies.
2010 to 2015, it went crazy.
But like the actual Alien, like like Alien 1.
oh yeah,
Alien
those
2,
are good movies.
They're great.
Yeah,
Like
those
Predator
are
and all
really
that
good
too.
movies.
It's really good. And I really want to go back and watch it just because it's like they're so old school now and well written. Like
Yep.
it'd be good to watch them. That'd be a good idea to do soon.
So this isn't speculation. I'll put in this piece of information first. So there was a big thing that happened. I don't remember. It happened in 2020. So Israel's general and former space security chief claims we have made contact with aliens. Now I know about this specifically because I watched it and looked it up. But
This is NBC News right here, so it's
Yeah,
not
it-
even
it
it's not
happened.
even that crazy of like a. Is this a legit news article? Like, former Israel space security chief says that extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it.
yeah, that's what I was gonna get at. So
Go for it.
he basically says that well, for one, he was one of the co-founders of Israel's space whatever it's called. What is it? What is their thing called? Like our NASA. What is Israel's called?
I think it was just.
So Israel's NASA. I don't know their name.
I'll have it read this because it'll probably say it right here. I think it does. Let me
Okay.
see if I could get this to read this real quick.
By Adela Suleiman and Paul Goldman. A former Israeli space security chief has sent eyebrows shooting heavenward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with extraterrestrials from a galactic federation. The unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish, but they are here. Humanity is not ready yet. Chaim Esht, former head of Israel's Defense Ministry's Space Directorate, told Israel's Yediot Ahronet newspaper. The interview in Hebrew ran on Friday and gained traction after RTS were published in English by the Jerusalem Post on Tuesday. A respected professor and retired general, Esht, said the aliens were equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand the fabric of the universe.
So
I don't like being referred to as Earthlings.
Earthlings, I know it's gross.
I just feel like I have antennas. Like this.
Yeah, that's weird. But he basically when I watched his interview, and basically what he was saying was like, listen, like I'm 80, I don't care about my reputation anymore. And apparently he's done a lot of things. You can look this up on YouTube. But he's done a lot of things that make him a respected general. And he said, like, I don't care about my reputation anymore. At this point in time, I just want the people to know the truth. And he said, as far as my understanding, there are only, as far as my understanding, I only know of 2 nations that know of aliens and are in communication with aliens. And get this, they said they already have a space station on Mars in which they're working with the aliens. Now, he said it was Israel and United States, but it could be more. He's just not aware of it.
Is that what that face is on Mars?
Yeah, that's what that face is on Mars.
Have you seen the face?
No, I've heard about it, though, a lot.
Yeah, I'll see if I can pull it up real quick.
But yeah, he said this, and then he goes on to say that the reason that we haven't, I guess, like they were working with the American government, and Donald Trump knew about it, and he goes on to say that that the humans haven't reached their galactic phase. In other words, if the aliens were to reveal themselves to us now, then, oh wow,
Yeah, it is a trip because it does look like some type of Egyptian thing.
that's pretty weird. That's pretty crazy. I didn't see that.
But
I've never seen it.
I don't buy
I kept
it.
hearing
That's
people.
so fake right
Well, see,
there.
like a lot of
That's
oh my
clearly a
gosh.
face.
A lot of this is like interesting. Is why I want to talk about it.
But but if you go on like Photoshop or something and you take something and you turn up the contrast, it'll create like little indents like this. I think reality is it looks more like this.
yeah,
That's like a more high resoluted softness of the face, and we're just seeing it at a very like even if I make it smaller, it's probably gonna look more like a face than when I'm up close.
so basically, that's
I'm
pretty
sorry,
crazy.
I just had to show that.
No, it's good. I just was trying to get back on topic real quick. So basically, they were saying oh my gosh, Mr. V's a psychopath.
I didn't mean to pull him up, but good.
So basically, this guy's saying like the aliens don't want to reveal themselves to us because we're not in our galactic phase, meaning that humans right now are so primitive to the point where, like, right now, if they were to reveal themselves, we would go manic and crazy because, oh my gosh, aliens exist or something. Basically, that's what he said. So that's why they don't reveal it yet. And at the time, he said that they've done like studies on us, and they are in our cities, and like, you know, they walk among us basically. And he said that, what are you pulling up?
I'm sorry, but this right here on this NBC, like the actual video from that article, when COVID arrived, people panicked and bought all the toilet paper, and you wonder why they won't tell us aliens exist.
And
that's so perfect.
Another reason is that, like, he said that, like, people right now.
That's so true, though.
But listen to this. He said people right now are having war, and they're using up resources incorrectly, aren't distributing them properly, and like we aren't one world. Interesting for conspiracy theorists who believe in the one world government or who think that it's coming soon. That is one thing that he said.
I remember talking about that when I was a kid.
The world isn't like one yet. And so that's interesting to me because as a Christian, like, how do we approach this topic of aliens? Of course, Ruslan put it really good. He said, like, look, as long as it does, like, it's not aliens existing doesn't compromise the gospel. It doesn't compromise that Jesus died and rose for our sins. You know, a lot of people would like to say it because they say, oh, the Bible didn't say anything about aliens, but it does not actually compromise.
Definitely talks about dinosaurs.
Yes,
the beasts of the garden and stuff. Like that's other things that people try and argue along the same type of argument.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of Christian paleontologists. That's what that means, right? Paleontologists, the dinosaurs.
Yeah, paleontologists are dinosaurs.
Yeah. But there's a lot of Christian paleontologists that make a good case for the flood. It's a good thing that we're talking about the flood because I'm about to bring it up right now. But but here's a speculation. Here's my speculation on this whole thing. So, like, for me personally, from the beginning, I've kind of felt, and this is totally just speculation. I'm gonna throw you guys some craziness right now, but I felt like this was bound to happen. I feel like aliens were bound to come. In the Bible, in the end times, it talks about a lie that would be so deceiving that if it were possible, the elect would be deceived. And I feel like if this whole thing that happens here, if aliens come down and stuff like that, people would say, like, oh, look, Jesus doesn't exist. The conversations are already starting to happen. And so as a Christian, if I were to see an alien come down and stuff, I would stop first and I would think, like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, we obviously have to pray and discern this and figure out what to do with this information. What does the word say about it? I believe that it's possible that it could be Nephilim. Now, Nephilim are in the Bible. They're basically when fallen angels came down.
Are you saying not actually aliens, like from Earth?
Yes, exactly. Thank you for clarifying that.
Maybe have left Earth?
Well, here's what I was saying. I was trying to connect, in the end times, it says there will be a lie that's so deceitful that if it were possible, the elect would be deceived.
And just so everybody knows, we don't 100% believe in any of this. It's just
speculating. Speculation, yeah.
Like, I have to clear that up for some people are like, no, this guy is nuts.
I sit here and think like crazy, so that's what I'm doing.
What's that one guy?
I'm letting my brain roam.
What's the one big guy that goes on Joe Rogan's podcast and he's like, I'm kind of dumb.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about, but I can't think
of
his name.
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I just got done saying that
Emilio's not Alex Jones. I'm not Alex Jones.
I just got done saying that Mr. Beast is a psychopath for giving people money. So no, I'm just speculating, trying to just what if. So the Bible talks about this thing called Nephilim, right? And so Nephilim are basically half fallen angels, half man, because the fallen angels came down and they slept with women. This is actually in the word in Genesis 6:4. It says the Nephilim were on the earth in those days. And also afterward, when the sons of God, meaning angels, went to the daughters of humans and had children by them, they were the heroes of old, men of renown. So this is something like Goliath. Like you see giants. Goliath, I believe, was a Nephilim. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is just me. What I've heard.
I want to say that I've read that.
Yeah. I think Goliath was a Nephilim. And you also look at a lot of these old ancient.
What scripture was that?
This is Genesis 6:4.
Saith the Book of Mormon.
Stupid. No.
Just kidding. No.
No, absolutely not. But anyways, so what I'm thinking is this could possibly be, like, say if Satan were were to plan something like, like a alien invasion or something to unite the one world and, rise to power. And also it's speculation that will happen. Just the word of God, you have the revelation is really hard to decipher. There's a bunch of different viewpoints on how this could happen.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, aliens, this would go through my mind if this were to occur. Could it possibly be Nephilim? Could it possibly be a lie that we should be, be vigilant of and kind of pay attention? Another scripture that I bring up, which I was bring up right now, is the reason I heard this somewhere. I forgot where I heard this from, but the reason for the flood was speculated that maybe it was to cleanse the blood, because there was a lot of Nephilim around that time, and sin was run rampant around the world, something like that. And so
maybe that's why that like archaeologists and stuff like find footprints that are unique and like giant. Like, you ever seen like giant footprints that are found in like archaeology studies? And some people are like, "Oh, that's fake. That was man-made." But it's like
giant tombs. And
but
stuff.
It's like the way it was made was kind of impossible for man to make it, and it'd be pressed at that pressure, or whatever.
Like,
whatever
I mean,
it
there's
was.
a strong case for giants, but
well, there was 100% giants because if we believe in the Bible, we believe in
of course
Goliath at least.
Of course, I was talking to unbelievers in that case, but
yeah.
But yeah, there's a strong case that I believe the giants were here at one point.
I don't think it was like freaking Game of Thrones or anything. I don't think they were going around smacking
ruin
horses.
The seasons for me. I haven't watched them. Anyways, no, but yeah. So, anyways, that could have been a possible reason for the flood as well, to cleanse the blood, so that Jesus, the Son of Man, could have came in the form of human, because the blood was being tainted. Anyways, in the Bible it says in Matthew 24:37-39, if you believe we're in the end times, as it was in the days of Noah, so will it be coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, up to the day Noah entered the ark, and they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came back and took them all away. This is how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. So the return of God and the return of Christ. And so basically that's referring to basically like people are going to be marrying and planning for their futures when Jesus comes back. No one's going to know. It's just going to happen. But I mean, also, like, it says, as in the days of Noah, so will it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. Could that mean also maybe like, hey, there's going to be aliens that are Nephilim? It's a long shot, but I mean, it could be.
Have you ever had the thought like, God, I hope Jesus doesn't come back in my lifetime? Like, I want to live a long life, or I want to make it to like 70 years old.
I've had the 4-year thought, like, God, give me 4 years. Like, let me just go tour real quick. Like, let me tour and then I'll come back.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, I
want to, like have kids, get married and all that. Like when I was younger, I'm like, please let me get to that point.
What if we have like kids that suck, and God was like, I'm saving you from it. Whoop. Bye. You know what I'm saying?
So terrible.
However it's going to happen, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I have thought about that. I've thought about the return of Christ a lot, actually, every single day, because I try to live as if he's coming back today. That was a bar.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, bro. But yeah, so, I mean, yeah, I definitely think about the return of Christ a lot. I think about the end times a lot, just because no man knows the day or hour. And, every generation, things are happening crazily. But to this day and time, to me, seems crazy. It seems like the music industry is seeming super crazy, demonic and stuff, and I'm just
I do want to show that Pentagon. I would say too, if you wanted to like get more into this, Ruslan, I believe, did a great job at explaining all this. Because
watch Ruslan talking about aliens, because
and we were talking about Ruslan getting canceled and all that. Like, there's no shade towards Ruslan or anything. It's just people say certain things and I'm like, okay, come on now.
Yeah.
Let alone this is really good, where he goes into like some guy's study on this topic of being a Christian and also having the slight belief in aliens, or if aliens do exist, which we can't say they don't because it's not anti-biblical. How do we get it biblically? In a sense of, yes, this still means the Bible is real and God is real.
Because there's plenty of questions. Like, you got to think like, okay, if aliens exist, like real aliens,
do they have their own Jesus?
Well, would they need it though? That's my question.
That's the other.
Like, would
that's
they
the other
need
thing.
Did they fall?
That's the question that's asked a lot: is do they have their own Jesus,
or was
for their own planet?
Was the sin? You know how like man fell, and then so like bacteria started, or like the plants started dying, animals die, death entered into the world.
Yeah, there's famine lands and all that.
Death entered into the world. What if it entered into the universe?
Oh.
Pew, pew, pew. Imagine though, like you just go everywhere and everyone's like,
Where's the Garden of Eden?
oh, the Garden of Eden. What does the Bible say about it?
Is there an actual geological location on it though?
I don't know, to be honest.
Or
with
was
you.
it in like a heavenly atmosphere? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to. I'd
It's a
have
good
to look
topic.
at Genesis.
Yeah,
I really do need to study.
I think that would
Genesis
be a
more.
good one to get on. Like we should study that a little bit
Let's get it next time.
next time. No more.
But yeah,
Talks.
no, like for real though, like it's interesting. I mean, to be honest, we don't know much about our universe and stuff, and so it'd be interesting. Like if aliens did exist, like what if there's just a bunch of different Jesuses? That to me, that doesn't seem like likely.
That's like saying Korean Jesus and
Like,
stuff.
I'm saying in the theoretical sense of if aliens actually existed and they came, I don't think I wouldn't bet money on there being a bunch of Jesuses. That just doesn't make sense to me. My brain doesn't go there first. I feel like it would be something different.
Yeah.
I don't think they would necessarily need to have,
I don't even think they have answers.
unless sin entered the universe.
Think about that. Like, if we don't have all the answers, what makes them have all the answers? And who says they have the right
And
answers?
I part of me kind of believes that like a lot of our like whether it be like architectural, like the way buildings are built and stuff like that, or it's just knowledge that we have. Part of me thinks that a lot of that came from like whether it be spirits or fallen angels, or I don't know. I know this world.
Well, there's
the devil is called the prince of this earth,
there's so many like archaeological finds of
or the
like
powers of the air, or something like that.
of like art that they're like, oh, there's no way that back in this time they only could grunt at each other and hit things with stone. There was no fire,
Yeah.
or they were just dumb and they didn't understand art or anything, so they couldn't create
Ooh.
back then. And then JK, we found something that's even a couple more thousand years older than
Yeah.
that, and all of a sudden now,
I
but
got a question.
is time relative?
What do you mean?
Like our time is not God's time.
Yeah.
Our time that we go off of now, so thousands of years could have been like a day to God.
Yeah.
And if that is the case, like that kind of proves the Big Bang and all that of God creating the universe.
I'm not sure. Well, yeah, no, the Big Bang. Like, if you believe in the theory of the Big Bang,
I believe
it does not.
That's God's
It
creation.
doesn't end like yeah. Like it could be God just saying like let there be light, but
Yeah, it's kind of a trip to think about.
that I've always thought about that. But one thing I will say, what was it? You were talking about time being relative. So I mean, like as far as like carbon dating and stuff, that stuff doesn't really add up. As far as the universe, we're on different wavelengths. I was thinking carbon dating. I thought you were gonna go there.
But
You
even
went-
if carbon dating exists, how do we know?
no carbon dating, like they do carbon date things, but they just are inconclusive. Like they've done it on certain things that they know the age of, and it come up like thousands of years, and it wasn't.
But without there being a study over a million years, how does that prove that the carbon is like? I think they track it like when I don't
See,
know how they track
I
it.
know certain people who don't think that God could create the universe in 7 days, and in my opinion, like, couldn't he do it in one if he wanted to? Like realistically, like I never put God in a box to the point where it's like, oh, I couldn't see someone creating all this in this amount of time. If it's God and if it's sovereign God who we believe
But why
in,
would he want to?
What do you mean?
But that's the other question.
No,
is,
no. I don't have that question. I'm saying like people who have the question, how did God create it in 7 days? There's no way.
But then I combat it with, why would he even want to? You're saying like, if he created it in one day, couldn't he have? But like, why would he want to?
No, I'm saying he created it in 7 days, what the word says. And I'm
Yes.
saying some people tell me, like, Emilio, you believe that God did this in 7 days.
Gotcha. He could have created it in one.
I'm like, but I'm saying, why are you questioning the sovereignty and power of God? Like, if you're thinking like a human,
I gotcha.
but if we're thinking like celestial, like we're thinking God, he can do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
probably did it. Well, I don't know. It's God. He's
That's
God.
an
How are we
interesting
boxing
topic.
God in?
Yeah, I want to show this clip from
Wait, last thing before we
the
go.
Pentagon.
The pyramids, before we get too far off that topic. Giants, bro. Giants. But I heard a comedian, I forgot which comedian it was. I want to say it was Flagrant 2. Who was he? Andrew Schultz. He had a joke. He was like, why are you guys always questioning who built the pyramids? He's like, in Egypt, you guys are like, who built the pyramids? Who built the pyramids? Then we make it to Mexico, And no one's asking who built those pyramids. It was like so funny. It's like saying like Mexicans
Yeah.
work hard and they're like,
Heck yeah, man.
They did it, but
I did construction my whole life, so yeah.
Yeah, I was laughing, dude.
That's hecka funny.
But giants built the
I've
pyramid.
also heard too, though, on topic of pyramids, that there was a guy who figured out. I forgot his name.
Isn't it like the circumference of the moon is the exact circumference, like at a.
That's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm saying
Okay.
how they were built, not
Okay.
why they were built or
Gotcha.
whatever. But I'm saying like there was a guy who
Giants.
claimed to figure out how the pyramids were created and built, and he lived alone in the hills and had like his own little house in the hills
Yeah.
and built a castle by himself.
What?
That's what the claim is. He could have had people help him and all that. I'm not saying he didn't, but
Oh, you know what? I watched something about this. On
and it was
YouTube.
really good when I watched it, and I'm like, maybe this guy did figure it out. And they think that it's from like vibration, something to do with like hitting something on something else and vibrating. And they have done a study to say they could lift like little like metal balls, like they're like little like pellets that they could lift off of vibration. And it's like, well, how did they create the vibration? Well, they could have hit something, created sound or something.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, it actually does work, but they don't know if that were true. How would they have figured that out, or how they would have done it in such a large scale?
Yeah.
But if it were able to be done in a large scale, it's absolutely possible because they're able to do it with a small object.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of a trip. That's something that I read. But
That's
anyway,
pretty dope.
The Guardian posted this. Yeah, don't oh, somebody. I was gonna say nobody saw that, but
I was like,
I
are you guys
just
watching?
switched to you.
Oh my gosh, thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's great. But right here, The Guardian had posted this. It says Pentagon officially releases UFO videos, and this is basically the footage that came out in 2020, I want to say. When was this
Yeah,
posted?
April, mid quarantine.
Oh, wait. Right here. It says, no. Okay, so it says the Pentagon on Monday formally released 3 unclassified videos taken by Navy pilots that have circulated for years showing interactions with unidentified aerial phenomena. One of the videos shows an incident from 2004, so that was quite some time ago, which is pretty amazing.
That's crazy.
If you
That
watch
feels
some of this footage,
recent.
if you watch some of this footage, you're like, 2004, we had that kind of technology already?
Yeah.
It's like, we didn't even have good iPhones, or we didn't even have iPhones.
Nah, that was 2007.
2007, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crazy, we had flip phones.
Yeah, dude, I grew up with it. I had a Nokia till 2014.
I had a Nokia, then I moved up to a Razor.
Oh, I had a Razor. Holla
I
at
had
your
a
boy.
silver Razor. That thing was tight.
I had the silver one too. It had some
Yeah.
games on it, Tetris, but it was on like one of the free trials for I could only play 20 seconds.
So video shows an incident from 2004, and the other 2 were recorded in 2015, very recent.
Oh yeah.
The videos became public after unauthorized leaks in 2007 and 2017.
Are we even questioning like video or like UFO
Authenticities?
videos? No, UFO videos in 2020 anymore, or are we just like that's Elon Musk?
You know what's crazy?
That's SpaceX.
You remember the SpaceX? Let me see if I can find it real quick. You remember the SpaceX? The one that was seen in LA?
SpaceX in LA, yes.
Like you could see it in the sky in LA?
Yeah.
Because it's in Vandenberg. I believe that's where they launched out of, which is, California.
That looks wild.
They called it the like sperm or whatever. The sky sperm rocket.
I thought it looked familiar.
Yeah. No, so right here, this was when I was working in Arizona, and I ran outside of my job, and everybody's freaking out like, there's a UFO outside. Nobody in Arizona knew that this was going to take place because it was so heavily announced in California. A lot of Californians didn't even know what's going to happen. But if you follow Elon Musk back then and you knew like everything that was going on,
yeah,
you knew that this was going to happen. But if you're just like off social media for a bit, or you just don't even watch the
like,
news,
I think
which
I
it
seen
probably would.
JJ Watt got traded to Steelers or something. I haven't watched. So that's easy to miss if you just don't look at your phone.
Yeah. And so looking at this, like I ran outside and I was like, oh my God, aliens are here. And I
Really?
saw this because I had no idea that this was going to happen. I wasn't following Elon Musk as closely as I am now, especially with all the dog coin or whatever that's going on with him and all that.
Oh, did he invest in Dogecoin?
He's heavy in it, bro.
Really?
He believes, yeah, you got to look into all that. That'll be another video.
Well,
but
I kind of have a little bit already. But
yeah, there's heck of funny pictures and memes of him like all buff, like walking the dog. Anyway, but this, I ran outside and I seen this in Phoenix, Arizona, from California.
Oh, you could see it from
Yeah.
California. It was happening. It was taking place in California, and you seen it in Phoenix.
Let me see if I can find it. If there's like Arizona pictures. Yeah, this is what it looked like in Phoenix. Like, I remember just seeing this, and I was like,
What the heck?
what is going on? Like, this is scary.
That looks weird. Because like, why is it like a?
That's exactly what it looked like when I seen it.
That's hilarious. That my point was like, would you
God,
just
that's
be like,
so cool, though. Look at that.
what was it?
It's a rocket.
So why is it like a,
Like, shaped like that?
Yeah.
It's because that's a rocket. It's just how it propelled through the sky and how I forget what rocket was.
Well, that's funny. 'Cause
Sky mystery solved.
My joking scenario was like, would you even question a UFO anymore, or would you just think it's Elon Musk? And then you actually had a situation where you'd seen a UFO
Yeah.
and it
Oh,
was actually
100%.
Elon Musk. That's hilarious.
100%. Yeah, and so right here, this is the Guardian footage. Well worth watching.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh.
What you
We're
looking
going
at?
against the wind. The wind's
Do you see a
120 miles
timestamp
west.
on the video? I don't see one.
Dude,
I love that the way these guys are talking. Like, hey, dude.
Yeah.
that's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is the LNS, dude. Well, if there's like another thing, it's rotating.
It is rotating. That's pretty crazy. So this is all confirmed. See a little white dot going through.
Yeah, I seen it.
They're trying to track it. That's cool that they had this technology if this is like 2007. And then bam, got it.
Oh wow.
Oh, got it! Woohoo! Roger. There's troubleshooting as soon as
That's like, dude, they're so like dudes, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. Look at it fly.
That is super fast above the water. Drone technology wasn't even really coming out in like 2004 and 2007 as far as I know.
Yeah.
This could have been the really old one actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's from The Guardian. Pretty good stuff, man. Look at this guy's face.
That's looking at that. That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything we just said is speculation, man. We don't know, but it's fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Why
it's
not?
super fun to talk about. I mean, these are conversations we have
Yeah,
regularly
all the time
with each other.
all the time.